Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about crypto. I'm going to be giving you ranked tips and tricks on Olympus specifically for crypto. I started playing crypto when I got into gold because I felt like crypto was a strong legend and I wanted to see how useful he was on Olympus. Now, crypto is only going to be a good legend to use if you're playing with teammates and you're not playing with randoms. If you're solo queuing with crypto, you could be at a severe disadvantage because the way that crypto works, you need to operate together on the information that crypto is going to be giving you and your teammates, and a lot of that information requires being vocal about it, as opposed to Bloodhound, where Bloodhound can just give you the information visually pretty quickly. Now, if anybody's new here and isn't already subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing so you don't miss out on my next upload. We are very close to YouTube partner. We're about halfway there in just a few months, so your support means a lot to me. As far as the tips and tricks goes, the first thing I want to mention is that when you play crypto, you and your team need to be more calculated about the way you go about taking fights. So, particularly, one of the major things that is the most underrated aspect about crypto is pulling out your drone and looking at the banners to understand how many teams are within your 200-meter radius. That information is actually really important. Understanding that if there's 3 teams in your area and you only really have eyes on one of them, then if you take that fight, you're probably going to get third-partied. So knowing when to take fights and when not to is one of the main reasons why I've enjoyed crypto so much in rank. Understanding your surroundings based off the information that the drone gives you is a really good way to go about playing ranked. You guys all know that this game is all about angles and information, and the more you have intel on your enemies, the better your chances are of winning those fights and eventually winning the game. I do think Bloodhound is still a very strong option for ranked, and I think Bloodhound is an easier legend to use. If you're unsure or you're having trouble playing with crypto, Bloodhound is still a very good option. The information that crypto gives you is going to take longer than what Bloodhound's information gives you and your teammates, so it's something that you guys should consider if you're not used to crypto. Crypto is a support legend, and one of the main reasons why I say that is because without crypto's drone, he's basically ineffective and useless. So having the drone is an important thing, but without it, it's really not. You can't help you and your team out that much. You have to rely a lot on your gun skill if you're going to play crypto. Some of the guns that I think are important to use specifically on this map are a mid or long range weapon, and then also a close range gun like a shotgun or a SMG. Having a scout or a hemlock or even like a triple take is really important. There's a lot of high and low ground on this map, and there's a lot of fights that you will be taking where you need to be able to do damage mid or long range, and you have to rely on timing. Timing is so important when you're playing crypto. When you set the EMP to go off, you want you and your teammates to be right there. You want to be able to jump on your enemies. Now in this clip, the EMP didn't go off, but this is the type of execution we would have liked to have. We want to be right there when the EMP goes off. We want to be able to get the jump on the enemy from the EMP. And unfortunately, it did get destroyed, but we still won the fight regardless. And it is something that can help you and your teammates get openings to take fights and to make the fight more in your favor. Late game crypto is important too, because getting in your drone and seeing the areas that are open to play or where teams are occupying space is also a really important aspect to crypto. I really like having a lot of information when I'm playing ranked, because sometimes things can spiral out of control if you don't have a lot of information, and you can make decisions based off of things that aren't necessarily true. So having a recon legend is actually really important, especially in ranked. So whether it's crypto or Bloodhound, they're both in the meta of ranked in general, and it's all about the info. Now, one of the biggest weaknesses that I want to talk about is now that I'm in the higher diamond lobbies, well, you haven't seen any of that in these clips, but I am in those lobbies now, and when you get contested off drop, which does happen a good amount on this map, because there are only 16 POIs, it forces a lot of teams to land on each other in certain areas. So crypto isn't going to be effective early game. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, if you get landed on by somebody, you don't have time to get in your drone and find out where they are or what they're doing. You have to loot yourself. You have to try to find a gun and some armor. And that's where Bloodhound is a stronger legend. So I've kind of gone back and forth between Crypto and Bloodhound, depending on the circumstances. If you get Crypto to mid or late game, he's a very strong legend, and I think he might be the better one, depending on your playstyle. But early game, Crypto can be completely useless, and that is the one downfall I've found so far playing him. If you get landed on by somebody else, having the Bloodhound scan to instantly know where they are and also let your teammates know where they are is just much stronger than being able to get in your drone and make sure you're safe in your drone and be able to find them and so on and so forth. Good players know that if a Crypto drone's out, that person is pretty close and that they're going to try to look for you. They might not even try to shoot your drone because they want to find you in your drone when you don't have your gun drawn on them. So you gotta make sure that your teammates are watching over you while you are in your drone. If they're not, you can be very vulnerable and you can be caught out and just have enemies get an extreme jump on you. So that's another thing you guys should consider. If you have to EMP yourself to prevent an aggressive third party from coming at you, then go for it. But you have to make sure that your two teammates play off of the damage that your EMP dealt while you're able to pop maybe 1 or 2 cells to get yourself back to full health. It's a tactic that I've used a few different times to help prevent aggressive third parties because on this map there are a ton of third and fourth parties. If anybody's new here, I post a ton of educational Apex content on my page, so be sure to check out other videos if you're interested. And thank you guys once again for over 400 subscribers, and I will check you on the next video. Peace.